Here we go. I'm now filming you.
Okay.
Right then.
So, my first thing was that in terms of the visuals, I thought it was really cool. I liked the way you kind of had a sort of structure that you started off by showing the building and how it worked, and then you kind of moved to more haircuts, and then you kind of she described what the most popular haircut was. You showed that and moved forward. And
Yeah,
so I like the structure.
I suppose you managed to get the B-roll of the exact haircut.
So was I.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I really liked the transitions. I like the fact that you used multiple different fades and stuff like that.
Yeah,
a little bit like a haircut.
That allowed it to not, get boring. And I think, it made it a bit more flowing.
It was also like the perfect length. I was watching it all the way through, and I feel like the problem with ours is that it's slightly too long and that people lose interest. But with yours, it was just that right amount of time where if it went on for any longer, I'd probably have been like, what's the next video in the recommended? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's
I
James
think
Corden.
I think James Corden. I think it's. I liked the part where the owner of the barber was speaking, and then you sort of like blurred everything except the dude's logo out, and went like, here are some quotes from some customers. That was really good.
Yeah.
Because that shows that you didn't just focus on the people doing the haircuts, you actually had time to speak to the people who were having the haircuts, speak to customers loyal customers who know the place and know what they're going to get and are quite happy with the results each time. So that's very good.
And also sort of gave them that representation of this is a corporate video.
Yeah.
That isn't just showing, that isn't just saying how good this place is, it shows it as well. You see the cuts, you have the quotes, and yes, if you want to be anonymous, that doesn't really affect you though, because you could write names down, but no one's gonna know who they are. So it doesn't really affect you to get the names. I don't think the only negative I really have is that I don't think the music was particularly.
Yeah, the music was an acquired one, but I think it's somewhat fit. I think there are better fits for it, but I like the fact that you basically had the balls to use a song that is very well known, but obviously a cover of that song which is voiding the warranty, which is super great. One thing that I have to say as well is that last bit where she's saying like, oh, thank you for coming to Dudes, hope you enjoyed coming, that sort of thing. It looked very unscripted, and it looked like she was just coming off the top of her head with that. That sort of like ruined the pace. It sort of dampened the blow of the final bit, just because it seemed so stuttering, so unrehearsed, whereas the rest of it she was quite chilled out. She was talking about one of her passions, but then she was sort of like, obviously you probably have gone, could you like just do a little bit of an outro? She probably wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it's the same thing that happened with ours. We had literally about 2 minutes of footage of the main guy just being like, what should we say? I don't know what to say. Like that sort of thing, and it took a couple of turns to get that rehearsed sort of feel.
I would even say, I don't know whether it was client's demand, but I would even say the outro doesn't need to be there. I think it kind of, because it doesn't really suit the rest of the video.
I think if it wasn't, the ending would be too abrupt. I like the fact that there's an ending there, and I like the fact that it's her basically welcoming you to come on in, and it's a friendly face.
I just think maybe perhaps if there was a start saying hello, welcome, and then that would kind of make the transition.
Yeah,
she did.
That would kind of.
Did she do that?
Did she?
Yeah. Like, hi, my name's Louise. Welcome to Dudes Barbershop.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yeah, that one didn't pick up. It wasn't as strong as what you're saying.
And yeah, I'd avoid that last comment. I just thought the ending was a bit weird because it kind of came across as like more like a tour more than a corporate video.
Yeah.
But then if that thing at the start is there, like you said, then that's fine.
Yeah, it was really good. I really liked it. I enjoyed it, and because it's a place that I'm familiar with, obviously, I'm quite glad that they're getting some publicity there.
Yeah.
Happy 10 years, dudes.
Yeah. Happy 10 years, Dudes Barbers.
Every 10 years. Anyway, the music choice for me was I was picking more of the personality of the boss.
It's so difficult, isn't it, to choose music for these sorts of things.
Definitely.
I just found the artist and went, what can I use for a corporate video?
Oasis, brilliant.
No, it wasn't Oasis.
I know it wasn't actually Oasis, but Wonderwall is Oasis.
I just found these people that do copyright-free songs. I just ran through all of them. That swears. That doesn't work. That swears.
It's like, oh, what about this one? Fuck the police, go ahead. So, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you too.
Yeah, that was